Rayman 3D for the Nintendo 3DS is a bit strange. You see, instead of being a completely new Rayman game, this is a direct port of Rayman 2. Ubisoft could have released the 2D platformer Rayman 1 as a 3D remake in the style of Rabbids 3D, but weirdly chose to skip it entirely. And surely if you were going to port a Rayman game into 3D, wouldn't it be better to port Rayman 3 and have Rayman 3 in 3D? Or something? Sorry, I've just confused myself and now my brain hurts. The original Rayman 2 is over a decade old now, and although the game was known as a 3D platformer, this is the first time that the crazy adventure has actually been given a true 3D makeover, and I'm happy to say that it works really well. When Rayman 2 was first released on the N64, it was during a time of countless 3D platformers, and although the collect 'em up gameplay style had been replicated many times before, Rayman 2 with its crazy characters and beautiful action-packed levels was one of the best of the bunch and has since been remade for the PC, PS1, PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, Dreamcast, PSN and even the iPhone. If you're a veteran gamer, then chances are you will have already journeyed through the Glade of Dreams, battling Admiral Razorbeard and his army of robot pirates with Rayman at least once before. The fact that this game has been remade so many times before and is once more receiving a release on a brand new console is testament to the quality of the gameplay here. It's one of those all-time classics, and really it's up to you to decide whether or not Ubisoft are just cashing in on the game once more or are really opening up the game to a fresh audience with this brand new 3D perspective. The last time I played Rayman was on the PC about 9 years ago, so I had forgotten most of the game, and for me, playing it again now on the 3DS felt like playing a whole new game. I had forgotten all of the little comedy moments, solutions to the many puzzles had escaped my memory, and the swimming, racing and flying sections felt completely new to me, even though this type of gameplay went the way of the dodo a long time ago. If you have played and loved Rayman 2 before, and recently at that, then to be completely honest, you won't get anything new from the game other than an added dimension to the visuals. But for first timers, guiding Rayman as you run, jump and float along with your helicopter head thingy should be just as magical an experience as the one had by gamers all those years ago. Searching every nook and cranny of the game world for those little floating lums which help you unlock new levels is still utterly addictive, although super frustrating when you can't find that last one, and even though the graphics are firmly stuck in the 90s in terms of textures and shapes, the 3D adds a lot to the overall presentation and it makes Rayman's world feel solid and real. My only real annoyance with the game, bar the dodgy, disorienting camera, they've had 10 years to sort that out by crikey, is the price. As of the launch, Rayman 3D is set at full price. That's £39.99, the same price as you would have to pay for a brand new PS3 game with top-of-the-range graphics and online multiplayer. With Rayman 3D, nothing new has been added, and as it's a port of a port of a port of a port, the game really should be a lot cheaper, and I will not be surprised if in the coming months retailers drop the price considerably, so if you've played it before but are curious to try it out in 3D, it may just be worth holding on to your cash for a little while longer. If you were disappointed that there is no new Mario game for the 3DS yet, Rayman 3D does a very decent job in filling that 3D platformer collect-em-up gap. And although the gameplay and graphics have dated quite badly, the original humour and charm hasn't, making Rayman 3D a great purchase, especially when it gets a bit cheaper or if you've never had the chance to play the game before.